Predators that use extraordinary senses to seek out prey. Creatures that change at will to hide and to hunt. Tiny beings that help others many times their size. All living in a sanctuary protected by a government body. This is the story of the marine parks of Malaysia and their role as the guardians of the reef. Three-quarters of our planet is oceans. Of this, the heart of biodiversity, our precious coral reefs, represent one of the most prolific ecosystems on Earth. This is where Malaysia lies, at the hub of the Indo-Pacific region, fringed by the most diverse of tropical waters. These seas are the natural home of countless marine plants and animals. In this fascinating but fragile realm, survival demands more than hiding from one's enemies or forming alliances. For a fish or any other sea creature, this bountiful home can be fraught with danger. But the greatest threat of all comes not from within, it's human encroachment. Destructive fishing methods and overfishing burdens the marine ecosystem, while coastal development and sedimentation damages reefs. To protect this unique heritage of reefs and their remarkable ecosystem, marine parks were introduced in Malaysia, embracing 2 nautical miles of sea around 40 selected islands. The establishment of Marine Parks Order 1994 prohibits any action harmful to the marine ecosystem. Today, marine parks come under a federal agency within the Ministry of Natural Resources and Environment. This division is empowered to manage the parks for ecotourism, education, research, and to enforce regulations aimed at protecting our marine heritage. Malaysia's outstanding marine parks are not hard to find. Off the coast of Kedah and across the peninsula, off the coasts of Terengganu, Pahang and Johor, and crossing the South China Sea off the western coast of Sabah. These islands and reefs support varied ecosystems, each with unique species contributing to astounding biodiversity. Mangroves offer a combination of terrestrial and aquatic ecosystems. These provide natural protection for land, absorbing wave energy and helping to stabilize the coastline. The ground in this intertidal zone is deficient in oxygen. In spite of this, the mangrove teems with life. To survive in conditions that are unstable, salty, waterlogged and anaerobic, mangroves evolve unique features. This maze of roots offers fish and fry an ideal hiding place from predators. More importantly, they act as natural breeding grounds, migrating later to coral reefs and beyond. Further out in shallow water are meadows of seagrass. These marine flowering plants also shelter young invertebrates and fish. Seagrass beds are not as barren as it looks. Patience and good observational skills are required to enjoy many of the sea's wonderful creatures that are oftentimes well camouflaged. The fingered dragonnet likes to stay close to the bottom as it forages for food. Out in the open, the graceful green turtle regularly visits for its daily supply of seagrass. Of all marine ecosystems, coral reefs are undeniably the most magnificent. Like mangroves, coral reefs help prevent coastal erosion. They can absorb the potentially damaging impact of breaking waves. The best way to enjoy the splendors of our coral reefs is to snorkel or scuba dive, especially during the non-monsoon months from March to November. Corals need sunlight to produce food. Malaysia's warm, sunny climate of around 32 degrees Celsius in the daytime inspires vibrant reefs that are abundant with life. Over 500 species of hard coral are found in Malaysia. Many are named after their unusual shape. Common varieties include brain, mushroom, and cabbage corals. Hard corals are responsible for the building of reefs. This fantastic structure of limestone is courtesy of a special relationship between the animal and millions of single-celled plants called zooxanthellae. Reef building is a time-consuming process. Porous coral grows only 9 millimeters a year. Reefs that exist today would have taken thousands of years to develop. The hues of the zooxanthellae living within corals define the colors of the reef. Many others, including soft corals, have adapted to plankton-rich areas where currents are strong. Although these species resemble hard coral in structure, they are not reef builders. Life revolves around the coral reef. About 4,000 species of fish, 1/5 of all the world's fish species, live here. They come in an assortment of shapes and sizes, and their numbers are always a breathtaking sight. Fish schooling is an adaptive behavior meant to confuse predators from picking out any single individual. The bright yellow tails of the fusiliers and the school's rapid and erratic movements further add to the confusion. Barracudas begin life in a school. As they grow bigger in size, their numbers start to dwindle. By the time they reach adulthood, they are usually in pairs or solitary. The sergeant major, named after its stripes, is commonly seen at jetties. They usually eat seaweed and plankton, but are also opportunistic scavengers. The observant snorkeler or diver will find plenty to see. The coral reef is one of the most densely populated living spaces on Earth. The reef is not a solid structure as it may first appear. Riddled with openings, tunnels, and crevices, the reef is a sanctuary to a range of species, providing resting and sleeping quarters for some and anchorage for others. Living within tubes inside the coral, the Christmas tree worm exposes a delicate crown of tentacles. They retreat at the slightest disturbance. While many hide in the nooks and crannies of the reef, some creatures have a shell for protection. The filter-feeding giant clam also derives food from the millions of food-producing zooxanthellae living in its mantle. Those that live for up to 200 years are so enormous that closing its shell becomes almost impossible, making them easy targets. Some species seek shelter within other living species. The clownfish and anemone are one of the reef's best examples of a beneficial relationship. The clownfish will gladly chase away any predators. For this service, the anemone lets the clownfish stay for free. Another successful relationship takes place at the cleaning stations found throughout the reef. Fish with skin problems come here to be groomed by the cleaner wrasses, which eat away dead skin and parasites. They never have to worry about being eaten because their role is all too important. Many other species also take advantage of their services by adopting an inviting pose. Some other animals look for the surgeon fishes. A ready supply of algae provided by a green turtle's back needs no further invitation. It's the most efficient way to staying healthy on the reef. Malaysia is home to 4 of the world's 7 marine turtle species. Although sea turtles have existed for more than 100 million years, their existence is now seriously threatened. The hawksbill turtle is on the lookout for food. The young are generally herbivorous, but as they grow older, they become more carnivorous. Its hawk-like beak is an effective tool to prod coral crevices for hidden crustaceans and mollusks. Sea urchins, sponges, and jellyfish are also part of its diet. Besides protecting their homes, reef creatures also have to find enough food for their survival. While some fish feed on corals by grazing, many other marine creatures filter the seas for plankton. Feather stars are plankton feeders as well. Their elongated arms unfurl into the sea current to help maximize food collection. Growing at right angles to the current flow is another filter feeder. The Gorgonian sea fans are some of the most beautiful and colorful of all reef animals. It is here you may chance upon the trumpet fish, hiding and feeding at the same time. Some reef animals, like the scorpionfish, use body parts and color to disguise themselves. What appears to be coral may just be a startled fish. Camouflage is a useful ploy for survival. Controlled by pigment cells in the skin, cuttlefish can rapidly change color and skin texture. What is truly more amazing is that their eyes lack color vision. The porcupine ray relies on its shape and skill to merge seamlessly with the sandy reef floor. This unusual-looking flatfish is called a flounder. It is a versatile creature as it can change its pattern and color to match any floor background. It can always find cover in the sand if it needs to. Swimming, of course, quickly betrays its presence. Being one of the most poisonous fish in the world, the stonefish has nothing to fear. Its spines laden with poison can kill a person in 6 hours. Its close relative is the lionfish. With its great pectoral fins spread out in a graceful fan, this spectacular-looking fish is also dangerous if provoked. Their poison-loaded dorsal spines can cause extreme pain and numbness. Its brightly patterned body clearly indicates this creature should be avoided at all costs. Nudibranchs also have warning colorations. Soft-bodied and vulnerable, they store toxins retrieved from their prey to use on their enemies. Many of the world's 3,000 species live here and procreate. Nudibranchs are hermaphrodites, meaning they are both male and female. Since all individuals can lay eggs, the odds of hatching are greater. It takes all types of strategies and the perfect timing to keep the legacy of the next generation safe. During courtship, the surgeonfish displays affection through an energetic acrobatic performance. After